recording. So hi everybody, Colleen Sullivan here. Thank you so much for being with us. Today is the big day of the second product launch at your virtual portal. We started with the V-Smart, took 12 countries by storm in 4 short months, and now because there's such a demand for this new product that we're calling V-GLOBALTEXT, we've rolled it out just in time because people are telling me, Colleen, I've got 200 people in my Facebook, 500 people in my Facebook, in my LinkedIn, 1,000 people, 2,000 people. I need a way to text these people with one click of a button. And I don't want to be looking outside of your virtual portal. I want to be able to keep it here at home, marry it with my V-Smart, and text it all in the same place. So we've had this product, but we're rolling out all of our products very strategically so we're not inundating you with this product and this product and this product and to confuse the situation. So we rolled out V-Smart, gave it a good 4 months. Now we're rolling out V-GLOBALTEXT again. Very strategic how we bring products out. We've already got other products in our bag. As you all know, some of our stakeholders are pretty powerful people. One of them, as you know, being the Global Mobile Platform Director over at IBM. So we really have access to technologies and concepts that some companies won't ever have access to because they don't have the people knowledgeable. And that's exactly why we're so successful early on. And we've taken 12 countries by storm, is because we have those technologies and we have the expertise inside of your virtual portal to create these products and ultimately create opportunity for people to have a home-based business. So let's get to it. What I'm doing is I'm showing you everything on the website so that you know where to guide people to see it. So really, this is none other than our website right here that we're looking at. We're right on the website. If you go to, and don't worry about this bottom bar, that's my administrative bottom bar that you don't see. So let's just go to Product, V-GLOBALTEXT Pricing, and that's exactly where it is. Just that simple. So what we've got first is a bulk texting video that I created explaining why we have this product and what purpose it serves. And again, as I said, the reason that we have this product is because people came to me and said, I don't want to click one at a time. I don't want to use Google Voice. I don't want to, have a download an app on my phone and make sure that the person and the other, the receiver has the same app. I don't want to deal with any of that, Colleen. Make it easy for me. And that's why we rolled out this product. So how you use the product is quite simple. You simply email to your support at yourvirtualportal.com what you want sent. We upload it into the engine, send it for you. Just that simple. No extra back office for you to deal with. You simply have to know an email address. Support at yourvirtualportal.com. So we'll go over some of those how-tos here in a minute. The product itself, what we're doing is we are rolling out first the U.S. text plan. And then shortly thereafter, we're going to be rolling out the international text plan, of course, texting globally from Australia to South America to France, this kind of thing. So we're starting with the U.S. today rollout. So this is our phase 1. Look for phase 2 in the near future. So we have 3 different texting plans, and again, these are bulk texting plans. We have 400 texts in a month for $27. We have 1,000 texts in a month for $57, and we have 2,500 texts in a month for $97. The bronze, the silver, and the gold plan, just that simple. And you get free email text support just like you do with V-Smart. You get the opportunity to have an auto ship so that every month you can be on the same plan over and over again, $27, $57, or $97. And your video views, of course, are unlimited, and you can change it, just like you can with V-Smart. And then there's retail customer pricing. It's going to be $10 more when you're not a distributor for each of the plans. So retail pricing is $37, $67, and $107 per month. Again, you can have your retail customers on auto ship just the same, and they're getting the same amount of text that we just talked about. So those are the plans that we're starting with here in the U.S. And please note that where it shows that orange triangle, it is talking about the fact that in order to be a V-GLOBALTEXT customer, you've got to be on V-Smart. I'm going to repeat that. You've got to be using V-Smart in order to be using the V-GLOBALTEXT tool. So they go hand in hand, and I'll tell you why. Because when people text just plain texts, they're not going to have as much success as when they text a V-Smart. When you text a V-Smart, you've got that great URL that people are clicking on, and they see this beautiful full color program and selling machine. Let me show you one if you're new to our company. I'll just show you one. This is our V-Smart product. And I'm showing you what it looks like when somebody comes on when somebody calls this up on their smartphone. This is a V-Smart smartphone. It's smart because it will reconfigure itself. This is what it looks like on a smartphone. This is what it looks like on an iPad. So it's smart. It knows who's looking at it, and it reconfigures itself accordingly. This is what it looks like on a computer screen. So again, it's smart in so many different ways. That's why we call it V-Smart. So you have to be using this product in order to be able or eligible to be on V-GLOBALTEXT tool. And again, we're setting you up for the best possible scenario of success for whatever it is that you're mentioning to your prospects or your customers. That's why you need to be on V-Smart in order to use the V-GLOBALTEXT tool. So let's go over some of the details, and I'm just going to summarize what we've got here. The reason that people will want to choose your virtual portal, and it's for so many reasons to text through. We cover 960 mobile networks in 220 countries and territories worldwide. All right, when we roll out, of course, the global version. We're only starting with the U.S. now, as I said. We have the potential to reach 6 billion mobile phone users. That's with a B, 6 billion mobile phone users. So that's more than 80% of the world's population we're able to reach because of our technology that we use. So we are what's called a bulk supplier of texting. And you've got reporting available to you as well to ensure that the text reached its destination. And the best part of our technology, this is the part I love the most, is that let's say it's noon here in the United States and it's in the Philippines, it might be 11 hours difference, for example. Well, if we text it here at noon, we don't want it to be waking people up at, midnight or whatever time it is anywhere else over in another country. Well, what we do is our technology is, again, smart. It's all about being smart technology. We know what time it is over there, and we're going to send it at their time, 12 o'clock, so that it doesn't wake people up. So same with anywhere in the country and in the world, we're never going to wake people up. You let us know what time you want it sent, and it will get sent in that time zone. So again, our product is very smart. We should have called this one V-Smart Global Texting, but it would just be too much. It would be too long. But all of our products are smart. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Our technology knows more than you'll ever think about that it knows. So that's a little bit about our product. And let's get to now how you order that product. And again, it's all in the spirit of keeping it simple. You know, we had to make a decision. Would you have an additional back office? And I thought, you know, let's not do that. Let's just have people send it to support@yourvirtualportal.com. That way it's easy. We're keeping it simple. That's the only thing you ever have to know is how to get your text information, the phone numbers you want them texted to your virtual portal. Keep it simple. That's what we're here for. So no additional back office. Where I am right now is simply your back office. I'm just in a dummy account right now. So let's just scroll down and look at where you can find information about how to connect the dots. If you scroll down in your back office on the left under products, you're going to see V-GLOBALTEXT. And we're going to be rearranging this menu so that it's, you know, in your face. You'll see some extra buttons that are coming up here in the next couple of weeks just to make it as user-friendly as possible where to find the information. But that's where to find the information. So let's say you're ready to start texting. Here is, again, just a little bit about it. And this is now the how-to of the program, how to use V-GLOBALTEXTing. So basically, you simply, and it's all in writing here, simply send an email spreadsheet with all your contact names, the cell phone number, and what country it's in, that destination text number, to support@yourvirtualportal.com. We take it from there. That's it. You want to ensure just a few things are happening. Email it Monday through Friday. We want to give it, you know, the exact attention it needs. Give us 24 hours advance notice in case we have any questions for you, in case there's a misspelling anywhere that we've noticed maybe on your text, you know, that the words that you're sending to people. Send us the date you want your text to go out, you know, things like this. Just simple, you know, exactly what we need to know. Include a message, what time, include the message that you want sent. For example, it might say, check out my new vitamins, discount 20% when you purchase on Thursday, whatever. So include that small text. And, you know, keep in mind when you're sending a text, you want it quick and easy, and then put, you know, click here, and then, of course, include the URL to your vSmart. You know, your URL to your vSmart is always simply, you don't even need this HTTP. It's simply, in this case, this is John, my husband's, pp.yourvirtualportal.net. It might be marlena.yourvirtualportal.net. It might be juan.yourvirtualportal.net. It might be coachtony.yourvirtualportal.net. Hi, guys, by the way. Keep it simple. So in your text, you know, you're just going to write, I'm just going to open up a Word document here. So that you can see how simple it is, and you really want to keep it simple. Let's say we're writing a bulk text. Have you ever seen those texts that are like, you know, this big? They're just, I lost my page, just a minute. Have you ever seen texts, and you've probably got texts that are, you know, this big? And what happens on phones is some phones show them differently. Some phones show them in a big, you know, a nice big line, and the text goes on forever, and you're kind of like, well, I need to go get a cup of coffee to read this text. All right? Don't send those kind of texts. I'm just going to encourage you. Keep it short and simple. It's just my opinion. But what happens is, as you know, sometimes some phones, they break that text up. And sometimes they break it and they give you chunks of a text, and they're not even in the right order. So you're trying to figure out what part was said first, what part was said second. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So let's say you are sending a text, I'm just going to give you an example. We're going to use a text box here. Let's say you're selling vitamins and you want people to see it. Then let's write something like Joe's Vitamins. Well, let's put Joe Smith, because you want people to open your text and know your name or whatever. Joe Smith's Vitamins. Christmas discount of 20% or something like this. And then, click. I wish I could think of a vitamin one. I can't right now, but we'll just put pp.yourvirtualportal.net. And, be done with it. Just keep it short, keep it simple. Don't get crazy with a bunch of words. You can make it a little bigger than that if you want, but, just keep it simple. So that's the text that you're going to be sending to support@yourvirtualportal.com. Just that simple. And then, of course, you'll be including all of those details we already talked about. The Excel spreadsheets, with the contact's name, cell phone numbers, this kind of thing. It's just that simple. Somebody came on that I can hear, so let me just see if I can mute. Whoever just came on, would you please mind muting yourself? I can hear you. I don't know if you're driving or what the case is. Thank you so much. All right, let's see if there's any questions throughout. Oh, Bruno, I spoke with you yesterday on the phone. Hello, it says, I'm so blessed to have this. Thank you, Bruno. That was very kind. And, of course, Marlene Ferris says hi. Coach Tony, hello. And, of course, Juan has good things to say always. I'm going to read you what Juan always says. A good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well, and to help those who are doing well to do even better. Yay, Juan! I love your insightful messages that you give us every Saturday. Thank you. So let's go over a few more housekeeping items now that you know how to get the text, the bulk text, to yourvirtualportal.com. Again, just support@yourvirtualportal.com. Some housekeeping. Who's eligible to use the V-GLOBALTEXT tool? Again, it's people at this moment. We're rolling out U.S. to U.S. texts. That's our phase 1. Our phase 2 is going to be your complete global rollout, texting to the world. Point 3 is the fact that anybody who's on the V-Smart product is eligible to use the text. Again, we're trying to set you up for the best case scenario. And stay tuned for future trainings where we're going to show you how people are using it, and even some very big companies that are using texting and what their case studies have been and what their outcomes have been. And it's really neat when we get into some of the facts about companies that are using texting and how they're using it, because there are so many different ways people are using it. It's just unimaginable. How do we purchase the V-GLOBALTEXT service? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to log into your back office after you're already a V-Smart product user. And you're going to simply purchase the V-GLOBALTEXT service that applies to you, whether you want the silver, the gold, the bronze package. You decide. You purchase it right in your back office. And I'll show you that in a moment. If you have questions, simply send it, again, support@yourvirtualportal.com Monday through Friday. And really any questions. We've got a full staff there of customer service. We've got our programmers there. I mean, just send whatever questions you have. And they're so good at answering, and they're so knowledgeable. And we even have this awesome system where they have pre-populated your answers, so you can get answers pretty quickly. They have a system of pre-populated answers. So what happens is your question comes in, and it's so smart that it picks out keywords, and it will give the customer service rep the top 5 choices of what the likely answer will be based on keyword pulling. And so what happens is customer service gets your question, and it's the neatest screen you've ever seen. They get the question on one side, and up on the right side comes 5 different possible answers. So they simply look at the question, pick the answer, oh, that one's the answer to that one, and they go on. So that's how automated our systems are. And I want you to be using support@yourvirtualportal.com for your answers. And of course, sometimes there's little tweaks depending on what needs to be, but that's how efficient our service is and automated our services, that our customer service, even our software even does the thinking for our customer service people. I think I'm going to do a webinar on that so that you can see what support systems we have in place. All about support and training. So let's go to the back office where you're going to see, ready for purchase on Monday, these products. So let me go to your back office. And, you know, this is your regular back office where you've got your follow the leaders. You've seen this before. You see your dashboard. And you also see on the left side, place an order. Well, starting Monday, it's going to be revealed here. I wanted to give people plenty of training, time to ask questions, and then we release the products for sale on Monday. You place an order, and currently what you've got back there is you've got your one-time membership, $299. You've got your 8 days free trial. You've got your V-Smart Starter Kit, basically many of the popular products back there. So look for an additional 3 items that will come up on Monday. First thing in the morning, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern, they'll be ready for purchase. And it's going to be simply the same as you see here. These products, the bronze, the silver, the gold, wholesale distributor pricing $27, $57, $97. And of course, the neat thing is for those people who are here on the opportunity, yes, you've got points running up through the tree every month. So that is our training for today. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because as a brand new product goes, I want to keep it simple. Keep it simple, Sally. You might have heard. I haven't seen any questions coming in again. Our training is always what I want to think of as very complete and very simple because, you know, today's world is just a little bit complicated, so I'm all about keeping it very simple. So let's read. We've got actually one more comment. Hi, Horace. Thank you for being here as always, and thank you for everything you've been doing on our marathon calls, and we've got more marathon calls today. Oh, and Coach Tony has something to say, so hold on. Let me read all what we've got going on. Horace, we got everybody saying something. Hi, Ramiro. Okay, so we've got Horace who tells us, another great option to build YVP, going to the next level. Wow, I must say. Very good, Horace. And it says, was this webinar and call recorded today? Yes, it was. You will see it on YouTube. And of course in the back office, we've got Coach Tony who's got something to tell us. Oh my gosh, everybody's flooding in. Okay, let me get to them all. I love this interaction and I love you guys out in the field. And hi Hector, oh my gosh, Bob Chapman. Okay, let me get to all of these. Okay, Coach Tony, thanks Colleen. If there are more texts needed, how do we get more? Good question. Email support@yourvirtualportal.com and we will do custom packages for you based on your needs. You know, we have so many people with so many different needs. What I didn't want to do was put this great big ginormous package up there not knowing what people need, because we've actually been in touch with a company who needs 100,000 texts a month. You know, but then I didn't want to put something like that out there because somebody would go, oh my gosh, when would I ever need that? You know, so email support will get plenty of other packages, you know, at good rates, whatever you need, because we're bulk texter supplier. So thank you for that question, Coach Tony. Okay, Ramiro. Hola, Colleen. Hola, Ramiro. I don't speak Spanish so good, so that's all I can say. But thank you for being here. And Ramiro, all of the work you've been doing on the Spanish calls at 9 o'clock Thursday and Friday and today's Saturday, I'm so appreciative to you and to Juan Partida. you guys are just rock stars. And, you know, I listen in on the Spanish calls, and I just think it's so awesome that you've got so much to say about our company and in Spanish, and you're just doing the best job, both you, Ramiro, and Juan. Thank you. All right, we've got Bob Chapman. Bob Chapman, do you need me to do the 3 o'clock call? I think we've got a schedule out. I'm going to send out the schedule here after this call one more time. I can't think for the minute who's doing. Let me look at who's scheduled to do the 3 o'clock call. Just a minute. I'll answer your question right now. And then chances are that person's also on the line, so I'll confirm who that person is. I sent out the email last night, or, well, support sent out the email. Let's see here. It was about 9 o'clock at night, and I'll tell you, I'm looking through. We have all these distributors that came through last night as a result of the marathon call, so I'm looking through all these emails. Okay, so 12 o'clock, we're done with the training. We've got Clyde. Hi, Clyde Richardson, who's doing the 3 o'clock call. We've got Robert Battle doing the 6 o'clock Eastern call. We've got Ramiro doing the 9 o'clock marathon call in Spanish. And then we've got 9:30 Horace McPherson doing the 9:30 call. So Bob Chapman, it looks like we've got the 3 o'clock covered. So unless somebody reaches out to you otherwise, thank you for always being there. You're so kind. And I love, as we talked about yesterday, I love your presentation because you really speak from the heart, and I'm so grateful to you how you speak from the heart. Okay, we've got Juan Partida. Okay, Juan asks, are the texting, I think it says are a month or a day. It's that package is per month. So I think that answers your question. You might ask that question in a different way, Juan, because I'm not sure I got that answer for you, if that's what you're looking for. Oh, yes, you just told me yes. Thank you. Okay. Horace says thank you once again. Thank you. Same to Coach Tony. I think they were sending these when I was answering their question, but they're coming up so quickly. So, Tony, yep, thanks, makes sense. Good, good. You're welcome because I thanked you. Okay, Ramiro, thank you. Clyde Richardson telling us he's got the 3 o'clock. See, I just had to read down all these chats. I didn't even need to look at my phone. Thank you, Clyde. It was so good to have him here. Clyde drove down. For those of you who don't know, he really has made an impact on your future. This past couple of days, he drove down here. I don't know if you know about what's happened in Atlanta, but in Atlanta, it has been a mess driving with the snow. And he braved the weather, although he told me he was safe. Clyde drove down to meet with me for about a day and a half, and I was so glad to have him here because he's such a knowledgeable person in our industry. And he brought some ideas to the table that we're likely going to implement here in the future that are going to blow your mind, that are absolutely going to blow your mind. So he has made an impact, and I shared with him we're going to be having a neat newsletter spotlighting people. So actually, pretty much every person on this call needs to start writing something about themselves because you're all being spotlighted. And the reason is so many of you that I'm having communication with right now are leaders in the industry who are making such an impact on your virtual portal. And again, I'm grateful for that. And it's that section of the newsletter is going to be called V-Impact because I want people to know, for example, when Clyde was down here with some of the best ideas, he has made an impact on your life and on your future, and I want you to know who that impact came from. So look for that. So anyways, Clyde says he's got the 3 o'clock call. Thank you, sir. Yep, Bob Chapman says Clyde. Okay. Bob Chapman says, thank you. It is easy with such great leadership. You're very sweet. Okay, again, just some yeses here agreeing with us, some thanks. Coach Tony says, awesome, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. And Horace, I spoke with Hector about my family member that passed direct to my kids. Okay, I don't know what that means, so I'm sure whatever Hector said is fine because Hector is awesome and Hector knows what he's talking about. So whatever you guys decided, I'm sure is fine for whatever that means. I'm not sure. So if you need me to get involved, certainly get me involved. Okay, super. Just letting you know, Horace says. So guys, thank you for this great interaction. Thank you for being here and being such great leaders in the industry. And the sky's the limit. And as I've always said, just like the company I built before that I took Clyde to when he was here, we actually walked into the old company and showed him, and introduced him to all my friends that I hired years ago and my husband who's still there. That's what it's all about is I want 15 years later, the same thing, us to know each other, to be with each other. And, even though many of us have had a virtual relationship, you can really make a nice virtual relationship with all this awesome technology. I mean, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. It's just amazing. And, that's what I want. All these leaders on the phone, I want to know you in 15 years and be with you and reward you the same way that I set up the rewards with the other company and make it very long lasting. And Coach Tony, I want to read what Coach Tony said about Hector, and I have everything the same to say about Hector. Hector has really been great. He's a solid leader, and I am absolutely in favor of that. So glad he's the glue for our team. Just so glad and so blessed to have him on board. So Coach Tony, I'm so glad that you know that about Hector, and you've seen him in action. Hector is a guy who does what he says and says what he does, and that's and always keeps us laughing and smiling. I tell you, every time I see his name come up on my phone, I get a smile on my face just because I know that he is just going to either make me laugh or impress me somehow with what he's done or his knowledge, and so I absolutely agree. All my best with Hector and the glue for our team. So with that said, I appreciate all the great comments. You're going to see this video on YouTube and, of course, everywhere else that it goes in the back office and everything. Coach says, hold on, we've been up in the wee hours working and brainstorming, you and Hector. That's amazing. Thank you. He is, he doesn't even eat dinner. He's a lot of times, or even lunch. Sometimes he'll be on the 9 o'clock call and he'll say, I've got to go have lunch. I mean, that's what kind of leader you guys have in front of you here with Hector, our glue. Ramiro says, dynamic duo, muchas gracias. You're funny, Ramiro. Thank you. And thank you, guys. So I'll sign off now. I could go on talking forever. I'll sign off now, and thank you for all your good input, and have fun with V-GLOBALTEXT. The next product that we've got, it's not even a product, it's a marketing tool. It is a marketing machine for you. Wait till you see this one. And I think unless somebody has a better name for it, Clyde may have won the name. I don't know. He came up with the marketing tool that you can market this thing all over on Facebook, on Twitter, and give people free product so that you can get more leads. They would become free product customers and, of course, have the ads on it. He came up with V-Share. V-Share. I love that because it's not a product that's going to cost anybody any money. You can use it for free. Use this marketing tool for free. It's online marketing dream. So unless somebody else can come up with a better name, V-Share is pretty awesome, Clyde. Coach Tony, I agree, says, wow. So let me know if anybody has a better one. But again, it's kind of like the concept of Pandora, if you have it, or any of these other games that are online. It's that you can hear it for free. Like I got Pandora for free on my phone, and I just watch some ads. Big deal. I just sit there for me on Pandora, and I'm sitting, not even looking at it anyways. So for me, that's great. I get all this free music. I love it. I feel like I won the game that day. So same thing with vSmart. We're rolling out this marketing tool that you can post everywhere. So instead of just posting your vSmart anywhere, saying, come join our business, because if you're come joining our business, marketing that online, anywhere on a blog or on Facebook or anywhere, you're competing in a really a diluted space because everybody's got a business opportunity. So what you're doing is saying, try our free product to market yourself better online, to go viral online. That's what this product or service that we're giving you as distributors is all about. So let's look for that. Let's look for that here. We're going to be building to that for a little while here, because we've got so many components of it that I don't want to overwhelm you. So start talking about what we're going to call, at least temporarily, V-Share. It might change its name if somebody comes up with a better name, but let's be talking about that to the field. And Coach Tony says, that really sums up the V-Smart, we share, not sell. Yes. And Ramiro says, perfecto. Coach Tony says, wow. So I promise this time I'm signing off because I've told you that 3 times, but I always have so much good things to say to you. So thanks everybody for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.